All right. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us here at Engine 56 today. On behalf of the Detroit Fire Department, I will welcome you and thank you for helping us share what this milestone means for us as first responders and for the residents and citizens we serve every single day. For the men and women of the Detroit Fire Department, safety on the road is just as important as safety on a call. Every time one of our firefighters, EMTs, or medics gets behind the wheel, they face the risk of collisions on the way to the fire or to the medical call. That danger is real, not only for our crews, but also for the drivers who may not see or hear us until it's too late. That's why today is such an important step forward. Through the pilot program we ran over the past year, we saw firsthand how HAAS Alert Safety Cloud works in real time to reduce that risk. In just 10 months, our pilot fleet sent more than 100,000 alerts to drivers across the city while responding. That's 100,000 opportunities to prevent an accident, protect lives, and make sure we get to an emergency faster and safer. Now with this expansion to every piece of fire and medical apparatus in our fleet, Detroit Fire Department members will have another layer of protection. This technology will help us get where we need to go to more safely, and it will help ensure that when residents call 911, our response isn't delayed by a preventable accident along the way. The Detroit Fire Department has come a long way in recent years. Our response times are now at historic lows, and we're continuing to add tools that make us stronger, faster, and safer. HAAS Alert is one of those tools. We are confident it will save lives, both for our first responders and for Detroiters on the road. I want to thank Mayor Duggan, his team, and City Council for believing in this investment and for supporting our department's mission to protect life and property. And I especially want to thank the firefighters, EMTs, medics, and all the other members on the Detroit Fire Department who put their lives on the line every single day. This technology is for them, and it's another step in making sure they come home safe after every shift. With that, I'll turn things over to our Detroit Police Chief, Todd Bettison, who will explain how DPD will utilize this exciting new technology.
Thank you, Commissioner Sims, and I will say ditto. I definitely endorse everything that he just said because the Detroit Police Department is doing the exact same thing. And so we started our pilot not quite at the beginning of the year, but we started actually in May. And we had it on actually 9 of our patrol vehicles in the 9th and 5th precinct. And what I can tell you is we got over 17,000 hits with an opportunity where citizens were alerted, and it was an opportunity for them to actually know in advance when there was a police stop in action. This also will enhance public safety for my officers and the community at large. I'm 100% behind this, and I just want to thank our city council members as well because they support it also. When I was interim police chief back in January, competing for the permanent job as police chief, when I went before city council, one of the questions that was asked is, what will you do to prevent accidents? And at that particular point during my oral interview, I stated that I would use technology, and I actually mentioned HAAS Alert by name to be able to get it implemented on our patrol vehicles. And today, promise kept, and I plan to, with the support of City Council, want it on each and every one of our patrol vehicles because I know that this will save lives and allow our officers to respond in the best possible way to our community. So I thank HAAS, I thank City Council, I thank our mayor, and at this point, I want to turn it over to the Deputy Mayor of the City of Detroit, Ms. Malia Howard.
Great afternoon, everyone. I always want to lead with the fact that you are in District 3. And this is the home. This is my home. This is where I live. So, and our great council member, Scott Benson. So I want to thank you, Chief Bettison and Commissioner Sims. This is so true. Safety is our #1 priority here in the city. and not just safety for our residents, but also for our first responders. And so I want to thank, again, Chief Bettison for DPD and Commissioner Sims for DFD, or the fire department as we call it, because under their leadership we are able to utilize this technology to keep all of us safe while we are on the roads. The implementation of this technology shows not only that we value, again, the lives and safety of our residents, but our first responders. Commissioner Sims has told you he's tested this for 10 months, and thousands of opportunities and hits have occurred, which has kept us all safe. And so without this technology, we actually run the risk of, as you all well know, accidents with fire trucks and with EMS and DPD cruisers. And so for me, as a parent of a child with a disability, my daughter is hearing impaired, this is truly a game changer, right? Because this allows those who cannot hear to be able to receive the alerts across their dashboard, depending on the vehicles that they drive, to alert them to this, that they can hear the siren, they can see the siren, right? So this is a great technology. And again, as a parent of someone who is hearing impaired, I champion these types of technologies to come to our communities. And so I just look for the continued expansion, and I can't wait for it to be on my car. So I have to go check it out. But I'm definitely going to use Waze as I move through my day when I'm driving around, so I can get these alerts. And I'm not just pushing one particular app. I'm just saying we know that it's on Apple Maps as well. So if you have those, please use them so that you can receive these alerts. So with that being said, again, we are in District 3, so I'm going to bring up our great City Council member, Scott Benson.
So good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. And for me, it's always an honor and privilege to come before you all and then to be able to say it's always an honor that one of my bosses is a deputy mayor who lives right here in the 3rd District. And then what a momentous moment and what a fitting occasion to be able to announce this new technology right here in the 3rd District at one of our firehouses, and something that's going to allow us to better protect our citizens and to our first responders who are dedicated to protecting our residents and our city as well. And then every day, our firefighters and first responders, they answer the call. They face risk that most of us never consider. They run towards danger. When the fire is there, they run to the fire. When the gunshots ring out, they drive towards that. And so in 2024, across Michigan, there was an estimated 290,000 traffic accidents, ranging from minor collisions to serious life-threatening crashes, and too often those very responders were amongst the victims. That level of danger is unacceptable, especially for those who put themselves in harm's way every day. And this new technology, and I got to thank HAAS for inventing this, and thank the wisdom of our police chief as well as our fire commissioner for adopting this type of technology right here in the city of Detroit to help mitigate and eliminate those type of risks, not only for our first responders, but also for our residents and our visitors right here in the city of Detroit. The HAAS Alert System empowers us to change that reality by delivering live alerts for approaching emergency vehicles directly to navigation apps and in-car systems, and it turns uncertainty into readiness. And just as the deputy mayor said, when you have a hearing disability, or if you have no sirens and cars running at fast rates with no sirens on, you don't have that other typical alert. And this is a new layer of safety that we did not have before. And many of us have had friends or families who have perished in these type of accidents. This is just another way for us to feel better about having our first responders out and about and going out and taking care of the issues that we need. And so by having these live alerts, we in your direct apps and in your in-car systems, drivers gain the time they need to move aside safely, preventing collisions and ensuring help can arrive without delay and arrive safely. It is fitting that this initiative is being announced right here in District 3, a community that embodies Detroit's resilience, ingenuity, and leadership, and our deputy mayor. From this starting point, we send a message to the entire city. Detroit's progress is measured not in words, but in actions that are practical, purposeful, and transformative. And beyond the immediate improvements in safety and response times, this technology represents a generational investment, strengthening our neighborhoods today while also building the foundation of security, stability, and opportunity that our children and grandchildren deserve to inherit as their birthright right here in Detroit. That is the essence of what it means to call this city home, because as always, residency has its privilege. And it is in this spirit that we look ahead with confidence. Detroit does not wait for the future to arrive. We shape it with purpose together. And with that, I want to call forward our own Justin Onweyu, Director of Entrepreneurship and Economic Opportunity, who has helped shepherd this progress and this project to fruition. Thank you.
Good afternoon. This is a great day in the city of Detroit. Detroit has really been built on two things: innovation and teamwork, whether it's Motown or the assembly line. And what's so special about today is we've seen that in action. We've had the police department, fire department, mayor's office working hand in hand with innovative startups, with Michigan Central. And this represents the mayor and the city's strategy for economic development. For startups that are building in the city of Detroit, we want you all to know that you have a home, that you have a base, and that you can grow in the city of Detroit. This technology is about protecting residents, it's about protecting communities, protecting workers, but it's also about moving Detroit's economy forward. What HAAS Alert is building is truly innovative. It will save lives, it will create jobs, and we are so excited to see them building in the city of Detroit. What startups need are three basic things: capital, community, and connection. And as the mayor announced last month with the launch of the Detroit Startup Fund, we're so excited to see startups that are building in Detroit get the capital and support financially that they need to succeed. What has happened with the city of Detroit, from city council leadership to the mayor's office leadership to the fire and police department, is connectivity and collaboration. And what we're also seeing with this investment is that startups are becoming providers for city government to really serve the community. So we're so excited by the innovation from HAAS Alert, by the collaboration from city leaders, and also from groups and companies and incubators like Michigan Central's new lab. And so with that, I want to thank you all for being here. I want to thank City Council. I want to thank Deputy Mayor Leah Howard, our leadership, fire department and police department. I also want to thank Michigan Central for your leadership in incubating and supporting startups to thrive right here in the city of Detroit. So with that, I want to invite Carolina up, Deputy or COO at Michigan Central, to provide a few remarks. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Justin. It's a pleasure to be here at Engine 56 today. You know, what Corey and his team have done together with our partners at the fire department, at the police department, at the city, is really extraordinary and have seen incredible results. And it's an exciting day for us because this is the exact reason Michigan Central was built. Michigan Central was created to provide a platform for founders and stakeholders to really invent the future of mobility, whether that is in the state-of-the-art buildings that we have with fabrication shops and workspaces, or the 4 square miles of testing platform that you can test your solutions on city streets, or through the collaboration of over 240 companies that exist within our ecosystem to collaborate on new ideas and really make those connections, as Justin said. These innovators like HAAS are leveraging critical technologies to advance solutions. And at Michigan Central, it's not just about exploration. It's about production, it's about commercialization, it's about real progress that improves how people live. And that's exactly what HAAS has accomplished here. They've navigated a pilot for 10 months. They've seen it to full deployment. They are scaling it along the way, and that is not easy to do. But significant reduction in emergency vehicle delays and accidents for vehicles equipped with HAAS adds another layer of safety for the greater Detroit community. It's incredible to see. I'd like to turn over now to the co-founder CEO, Corey HAAS, for some additional remarks and to share what he's been doing.
Thanks, Carolina.
Yeah.
Thanks, Carolina. Appreciate the introduction. First, I want to extend my gratitude to the mayor's office, City Council, Chief Bedison, Commissioner Sims for their visionary leadership and partnership, and for your commitment to embracing innovative safety solutions, which demonstrates the forward-thinking approach that makes Detroit a model for cities across America. I also want to thank New Lab in Michigan Central for creating an environment where the automotive industry, creators, and civic leaders can come together to solve real-world challenges. That collaborative spirit is what makes partnerships like this possible. Also, it's not every day that we get to thank an automaker. Sounds weird to say out loud. They do a lot of great things, make amazing cars. But it's important, I think, that we recognize what's happening here today. It's important to recognize and say thanks to Volkswagen, Skoda, Stellantis brands Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Alfa Romeo. Automakers, to their credit, have to juggle countless decisions and priorities about which features they're going to prioritize. And the fact that they have chosen to prioritize putting first responder safety alerts into those vehicles speaks volumes. And this is not just a technology milestone. It's a transformational step forward in public safety. Across the country, this is the biggest risk first responders can face on the road every day while trying to do a job that's already very difficult. These alerts save lives. It's about using technology for good and honoring the people who serve and make sure every family gets home to their loved ones. At HAAS Alert, our vision is simple: a connected, collision-free world where everyone gets home safely. On behalf of the entire HAAS Alert team, I want to say how honored we are to stand alongside Detroit in this effort, and our work here isn't finished. We're going to keep pushing with the Detroit community to get these alerts to in even more vehicles and drivers in the months ahead. Together, we're making the city safer, protecting those who protect us, and bringing a new era of safety to the very heart of the automotive industry. So I want to thank everybody for coming today, and now I'm excited to invite everybody here to join us for some demonstrations on the vehicles, and thanks for being here. Appreciate it.